Hi Stampers! Today's video is on the Give It a Whirl dies, which I use to make these cute interactive cards. They're easy to miss because they're not a bundle, and they're on page 163 of the annual catalog. There's 21 pieces, so it's a definite value for the $39. They're only featured one other page in the catalog, and that is on page 57 with the Stellar Birthday stamp set. When I saw this, I just had to have it because I wanted to make a card for my grandson. I die cut all the pieces and I put them on a sheet to show my clubs. You have your wheel, and then you have your 4 different templates or windows that move around the opening to change the view. And since there's so many dies, this is how I store them. I put them in a stamp case with magnetic sheets on both sides, and then that way it's easy for me to grab and also I keep track of that there's 21 dies, so I make sure I have them when I close it back up. And for my cards, we're going to use this one, this window shape, the arrows, and your wheel. Also, I made a template, and I just keep it in the back of the case, and it has the 4 different shapes. And so for today's card, we're going to be using the Whirl Done stamp set. So what I did was go through the catalog, and then I put these windows over the images or the words and decide if it'll work for whatever project I'm doing. Measurements for today's card are 4 by 5 1/4 for your front layer, 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 for your wheel, 4 5 1/4 for your inside, and your card base is 8 1/2 by 5 1/2 scored at 4 1/4. Let's get started. So first, you will die cut your front layer, and then you'll decide on what opening you want. I chose this one. I think it's the easiest and the largest to work with. So you line up your hole, and you can have this on the top, on the side, or on the bottom. I like to have it a little to the left. And at the same time that I'm die cutting that, I also do the arrows. So then it's just one pass through. And then after you're done with that, you'll stamp it. And I stamped with shaded spruce the reeds and the bubbles I did in balmy blue. Then you'll die cut your circle, and after you die cut that, you'll place your die over it and then lightly pencil in the opening. Now if you have one of the other templates or other shapes, then you might want to just run your pencil around that. And then you can erase that when you're done. Another way I've done it is I take copy paper and I have my shape die cut on that. And then you just place it there. And then this way you can stamp, and anything that goes over won't be seen. So I've already stamped this. And then I like to use the blending brushes to sponge the color on my finished wheel. I'm doing this hurriedly, so I'm going to get through the video. Okay, and we have that done. And now we can start assembling. I have watched some videos, and it was suggested to put a circle behind your wheel with dimensionals. And I have several circles in my layering circles package. But if you have a retired circle punch, or there's also this opening here, the size doesn't matter. So you'll just eyeball a circle in the center. And we do have the flat-topped brads in the catalog, and I'm not sure what page those are on, but I had some retired, so that's what I'm using. And then you'll just add some dimensionals around that. I love interactive cards. I used to make Viewmaster cards, and this makes it so much easier. Then we need to add adhesive strips, and I have done it with dimensionals and the adhesive strips on my cards. I don't know if you can see. This one is done with adhesive strips. And this was done, I guess they're all done with adhesive strips. I was just going to show on this card what I didn't like. It was, I used that masking piece, and I didn't like how my grass or my reeds or coral or whatever just end abruptly. So that's why I switched to just using the bubbles. Okay. I'll just add you just mainly have to stay away from the wheel part. I love these adhesive strips. Okay. The more you do of these cards, the easier it becomes. It's just remembering all the steps. Okay. Now, can add some glue to your arrow. Okay. Probably grab the one that's empty. I'll get the other one. One thing I learned after you put your arrow down, make sure you leave it alone. No turning of the wheel for quite a while till it dries. Okay, now we're ready for the whale. I have these already stamped. We made this card at Downline. And then I used the chalk marker to lighten up his belly. And I want to cover up my brad, so I will position his tail to cover that up. Now I lost my whale. I'm not going to turn this because it's probably not dry yet. And then we added the opal rounds to finish off the card. Okay. And then you stamp your inside and put it in there, and your card is finished. Hoping all your birthday fishes come true. I really, really liked my stellar birthday one, but I stamped my rocket the wrong way, I think. So I had to put my arrow going this direction. I did the planets, and you're out of this world. And this paper is from the Pattern Party Hostess Designer Series paper. So I hope I've inspired you to want this die set. I should, let's see, I forgot to put the sentiment on here, on this card. The sentiment is from this stamp set, but the die is from the All Dressed Up dies which are with the purse and stuff. So then you'll just pop that up, and then your card is finished. Hope you enjoyed this. Bye.